Hello everyone, this is Pico Entertainment and we are back again, and here now we have another video for you, and I'll just go in to give some quick thoughts of one of the most, if not the most well received summer blockbusters of 2025, and that is with F1. Released on June 27th, 2025, it starred Brad Pitt, Javier Bardem, Kerry, Condron, Damson, Idris and Tobias Menzies, and it was directed by Joseph Konsinksi. The story begins with veteran race driver Sonny Hayes, who has been racing freelance now for over 30 years, following a crash at 1993 Spanish Grand Prix that ended his potential career as a Formula One superstar. After he wins a Daytona race, he retreats back to his secluded life in his van, still haunted by past memories, but shortly afterwards he's approached by his former teammates Ruben Cervantes, who owns the APX GP F1 team. Ruben tells Sonny of the team's continued struggles to not even register one single championship point, and that the team is on the verge of liquidation if they don't start winning within the next 9 races. He asks Sonny to become the team's secondary driver to help support the lead driver, who is Joshua Pierce, still at his rookie stage. Hayes enters the team and causes a stir immediately with his bravado attitude and unwillingness to follow team rules and protocols. He raises concerns as he struggles to get to grips with the racing car technology and clashes with Pierce, who fears that Sonny's presence will cost him his career. Slowly but steadily, Sonny's influence and advice starts to bear results, and the team starts to finish races and starts gaining championship points. But as the success increases, Sonny begins to replicate his past recklessness, which could ultimately cost the team its success and also his life. So when looking at F1, and on its release, it was deemed one of the best, if not the best, summer blockbusters of the year. And I think the main reason for that is that it's overall a solid piece of fun, populist entertainment. It's straightforward, there's nothing heavy-handed or over the top, and it's a story that's easy to follow, and overall you can enjoy it. Whilst there are a lot of details and intricacies about the Formula One sport, this film makes it very broad and doesn't bombard the viewer with technical jargon. And whilst we do get talk of the car mechanics and operations, it keeps that to the racing parts only. And we get a gist of what the team are trying to achieve and what's at stake, and overall that's good enough. Now I'm sure much more hardcore Formula One fans will find plenty to pick apart about the details, but in terms of a mainstream viewing experience, it doesn't spoil the overall enjoyment. Now for all the talk about racing, this really is a tale of redemption, self-purpose, and that one last shot at glory. The all too familiar story of the aging veteran making that one final comeback, the wish fulfillment of the fact that it's never too late to return and overcome your overall demons and past mistakes. And all of those themes will always appeal to the viewer, and this film gets those elements done right. The film is centered around Sonny, of course, and his overall character arc, which really dominates despite the whole host of supporting characters. And at the heart of this all is Brad Pitt, one of the long-time leading Hollywood actors, certainly within the last 20 to 25 years. The whole concept of the A-list movie star, which is practically a dying breed, but Pitt embodies that idea fully, playing much less a distinguished character and much more infusing his own screen presence and charisma, and it absolutely works for this film. He just has the look, the swagger, the charm, and Pitt plays it so easy and so effortless, like the aging rock superstar back for one more comeback tour. And it's enough to make you gloss over some of the implausibilities around Sonny's character and what he gets away with. He gets to break the rules, get the women, score the points, receive all the adulation and praise, overall because he's Brad Pitt. Now yes, we do get the inner conflict, the regrets, the admission of mistakes, the atonement, and the film gets it right not to go full brooding deconstruction. So many other films would have had Sonny battling some sort of post-drug or alcohol addiction, a separation from his wife and kids, maybe harbouring some violent past actions. But all of that would have made the film far less enjoyable and much more depressing, melodramatic, and much more typical and cliched. But as good as Pitt is, all of the other supporting characters are also fine. For me, the standouts here are Javier Bardem as Ruben, Bardem, another actor who, like Pitt, has a certain natural screen charisma and appeal, but this is a role you wouldn't really expect Bardem to play, but overall he's very good in the role. Condron is also very good here as the main technical car expert, and she really is the standard love interest. We get some good, if not predictable, scenes of chemistry between her and Pitt. Overall, it was a wise decision not to overdo the romantic plot, as that would have been unnecessary and there really isn't enough depth in their overall relationship. Now, Damson Idris as Pierce is fine in a typical rookie role, but overall I didn't find as much depth of his character. In fact, I feel that as Sonny's influence gained success in the middle of the film, Pierce is kind of sidelined and becomes less integral as we head towards the final race. Now, technically, the film looks and sounds great. All of the racing sequences are shot very well and coherent. We get plenty of close POV shots, but also the camera does pan away to let us see the entirety of the track and all the cars taking place. And there is an excitement and intensity to the overall action, including one truly dramatic heart-in-your-mouth moment that certainly heightens the tension when it happens. Hans Zimmer's score is excellent as always, but it's somewhat less booming and dominant as what we've seen certainly with his recent collaborations with Christopher Nolan movies. So for all of the film's qualities, there were a few issues, a certain lack of depth and characterization, and also, as mentioned, some of the things that Sonny does, you just think in the actual real world wouldn't be tolerated. And there's also a third act reveal that's really glossed over, when actually it would be quite a big deal overall. But as mentioned, F1 was deemed possibly the best summer blockbuster of 2025 and was also one of the most successful, grossing over $603 million worldwide. Now there is the caveat here of the film's budget, which ranged between a massive $200 to $300 million, and in this current stage of movie talk and coverage, where there's so much emphasis, perhaps too much emphasis on a film's budget and profitability, we've seen recently both Disney and Marvel and DC films come under heavy scrutiny regarding their profitability. So we do have to be fair and ask the question as to whether F1 was really a success despite its big gross. But what can't be denied in that a summer full of disappointments and average output, where the event films have been very weak, F1, yes, is likely the best of the bunch. A real return to that solid, crowd-pleasing mainstream entertainment. Again, nothing complicated or manipulative or preachy, just overall fun and satisfaction and a conclusive point, which is really what a lot of mainstream Hollywood needs right now today. So those are my thoughts and feelings when looking back at F1. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and if you have any other further movies or televisions or suggestions within the channel that you'd like to see in terms of content, let me know in the comments and I'll see if I can provide further quality for you on that subject matter within the future. Please also hit and like the subscription and notification buttons so I can provide you more high quality content like this in the future. But that's it for now. Take care of yourselves and I will see you very, very soon.